I change to my surroundings like a chameleon. Sometimes I'm serious, sometimes I'm silly, and in time you'll see my energy can't be withheld. If it's a sin to be a winner, then I'm going to...
Hey guys, welcome back to the show. Today we'll take a look into the interesting career path of one of the most influential actors in the world, from deciding not to attend college to follow a rap dream, and once that dream fell apart slowly, taking a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity to star in one of the most successful TV sitcoms in the world. Today's topic is the rise of the Fresh Prince. But before we get into the video, make sure you click on that like button, subscribe to the channel, and let's get into it. Will Smith was born on September 25th, 1968 in Philadelphia. He grew up in West Philly along with 3 other siblings. He attended a private Catholic elementary school and then Overbrook High School. Will Smith was very smart and was interested in engineering just like his father, but he turned down going to MIT because he chose to follow his rap dreams. Will and his childhood friend, DJ Jazzy Jeff, formed a hip-hop group called DJ Jazzy Jeff and the Fresh Prince, and Will was the MC. They first met each other in 1985 when Jazzy Jeff was performing at a house party by Will's house, and he didn't have a hype man, so Will filled in, and they became best friends ever since. Jazz and Will then added a third person to their group, who was Clarence Holmes, and he took on the role as a beatboxer.
Everybody said, oh, he can mix behind his back and he can pick the turntable up and bend the record and scratch it and it still doesn't skip. And everybody, Jazzy Jeff.
Word Up Records released their first single in late 1985, Girls Ain't Nothing But Trouble, and Will became known for his storytelling and profanity-free rap style. The single became a hit right before Will graduated from high school. Their first album, Rock the House, was released in 1986 on Word Up, but debuted on Jive Records in 1987.
I'm just a hell of a guy, but enough about me, yo, let's talk about you and all the wonderful things that you and I...
This album paved the way for a successful future for them. By the time they graduated high school, the two were millionaires. Will and Jazzy Jeff received their first Grammy Award for Best Rap Performance for Parents Just Don't Understand. In 1988, the hit single Summertime was their most successful single and earned them a second Grammy Award. They released a second album, He's the DJ, I'm the Rapper, in 1988, but this album wasn't nearly as successful as the first one.
Here it is, a groove slightly transformed, just a bit of...
They released And in This Corner in 1989, Home Base in 1991, and Code Red in 1993. Although claiming they didn't split up, the duo stopped making music together after 5 albums. During this time, Will got himself into some trouble with the IRS for not paying taxes. They took everything from him and he was almost bankrupt. Plus, he got arrested in 1989 for an alleged assault, but the charges were dropped. In 1990, he struggled, but then came across a magic moment and NBC signed him to a contract. But before he came across the Fresh Prince of Bel-Air, he was just looking for a way to make money. Check out this short clip of how Will got started with the sitcom.
The IRS took all of that stuff, so I was like, broke. My girlfriend was like,
dude, we're not doing this. Like, you're not just gonna be laying around this house all day. You're gonna go do something.
and I was like, what? What am I supposed to do?
Go where people is doing it.
Where are people doing it?
Go to the Arsenio Hall show.
Just go stand around at the Arsenio Hall show.
Yes.
That's stupid. So I went to the Arsenio Hall show and I met a dude named Benny Medina. Benny Medina is the real life Fresh Prince of Bel-Air, except he actually went from Watts to Beverly Hills. Same basic concept, way shorter distance. I meet Benny and he pitches me the idea for this show and I'm like, you know, I'm not an actor. I'm like, cool. And he says, hey, you know, I want you to meet Quincy Jones. Quincy Jones is producing with me. So I find myself at Quincy's. And there's actors and artists and celebrities and politicians like, puts me to Quincy and like, hey Q, what's up, man? He's like, hey man, you know, I saw your music videos. I love what you're doing. I love what you're doing. Tell me your rap name again. They call me the Fresh Prince. All right, good. That's what we're gonna call the show. And he handed me a screenplay for a failed Morris Day pilot. Like, I don't have the time. So I need you to do this. I need you to go ahead, take a few minutes, take 10 minutes, study the script, and I'm gonna clear all the stuff out the living room, and we're gonna have everybody sit down in the living room. We're gonna do an audition. Q, hold up, man, hold up. I'm not ready to do no audition. And he's like, oh, all right. Well, what you need? Tell me what you need. Just set the meeting for a week and I could do it. He said, yeah, you know, Brandon Tartikoff, the head of NBC, is out there. I'll get him the schedule for next week. And then you know what's gonna happen? Something gonna come up And then he's gonna have to reschedule. Oh yeah. So 3 weeks from now, Q, we can do it 3 weeks from now. I said, yeah, 3 weeks from now will be good. Or you could take 10 minutes right now and you can change your life forever. And I was like, F it then. Yes, give me 10 minutes. I said yes, and I let it rip. And I got to the end and everybody is clapping. Quincy looks at Brandon Tartikoff, the head of NBC. Did you like it? And Brandon said, yeah, I liked it, Quincy. He says, no, did you like it? And he's like, yeah, I liked it. He's like, good, you're his lawyer. Draw me up something right now. So the lawyers go out in a limo and they're drawing up the first deal for the Fresh Prince of Bel-Air. Quincy is like popping up at the windows, no paralysis, do analysis. We signed the basic deal for the Fresh Prince, and 3 months later, we were shooting the pilot, and that's the story of how I became the Prince of Bel-Air. So the moral of this...
Will's goal for himself was to become the biggest movie star in the world, and it didn't take him long to do so. His first major roles were in 6 Degrees of Separation in 1993 and Bad Boys in 1995. In 1996, he starred in Independence Day, and it became the second highest grossing film in history at the time. He then starred in another successful film, Men in Black, in 1997, and he also began his solo music career with the release of hit single Men in Black, which became the theme song for the film. So this led to the release of his first debut album, Big Willie Style, and it reached the top 10 on the Billboard 200. The album went 9 times platinum, and some hit singles were Just Cruisin' and Getting Jiggy With It.
Getting jiggy with 'em. Getting jiggy with it.
And then came The Wild Wild West in 1998. The film was a flop and could have been better, but Will used it to his advantage. He released his second solo album, and the lead single, Wild Wild West, featured Drew Hill and Kool Moe Dee, and the single topped the charts and went gold. His next album, Willennium, reached number 5 on the charts and went double platinum. Will's next big starring role was in the film Ali in 2001. He was nominated for an Academy Award for Best Actor and the Golden Globe Award for Best Actor. He took a break from music and made the return in 2002, releasing his third album, Born to Reign, and it was high on the Billboard 200 chart. The lead single, Black Suits Comin', Nod Your Head, was the theme song for the new Men in Black 2 movie. And then came in 2003, Bad Boys 2, Shark Tale, and iRobot, which were all successful in the box office. In 2005, he released his 4th solo album, Lost and Found, and it peaked at number 6 on the Billboard 200. In 2006, he starred with his son Jaden in one of the best performances as an actor in The Pursuit of Happiness, which was based on a true story of Chris Gardner. And then came I Am Legend, Hancock, Men in Black 3, and After Earth. And After Earth was a bit of a disappointment as a film. And then moving on to 2015, he took on roles in Focus, Concussion, Suicide Squad, and Bright, which was released on Netflix in 2017. Although Will is a bit older than he was when we first got introduced to him, he launched his YouTube channel in July of 2019, and it became an instant hit in the YouTube community. So more recently, Will made it back to the big stage, starring as the genie in the remake of the Disney's classic film Aladdin. He recorded 3 singles for the film as well, and it released on May 24th, 2019. Disney fans were so ecstatic about the remake, plus it involved Will Smith, which led to the film grossing over $1 billion worldwide, and it became Will's highest grossing film. He starred in a few movies after these releases, but the main film that drew everyone's attention was Bad Boys for Life. Fans waited patiently since 2003 for the 3rd film to release, and it finally did in 2020. I didn't name all of Will's films he starred in, but just know there's a lot, which is why he's a legend. Will Smith has become one of the most influential people even in today's generation. His life has been full of taking risks that eventually helped his life for the better. Just think if he never took the chance and auditioned for The Fresh Prince of Bel-Air, who knows where he would have been today. He also uses the social media platform as a motivational tool to reach people around the world, and he's been quite successful with that. Thanks for tuning in to watch today's video as we looked into the rise of the Fresh Prince. If you enjoyed today's video, hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and I will see you next time.
So the moral of the story is always say yes, and I guess listen to your girlfriend.
This show is brought to you by Jam Time Machine Radio, the finest of old school black and pop music. Check out www.jamtimemachine.com and listen to non-stop old school black and pop music. Jam Time Machine Radio, more than